having a, a breakdown with Eric himself. We're talking about Father's Day, but we're trying to bring about goodness in it from this angle in Cyprus to Israel and to the sea, the luxury sea over here. I'm outside. I really do enjoy being outside, but I would really love to take a shower too, you know. But we're talking about 2008 and the manipulation that happens when a father dies in your life and how it impacts the life of your situations till now. Like I'm in here 2026. That's like almost 18 years ago, like a birth of a child coming into the life and then them moving on, right? And so, and then going out into life and making something of themselves. Well, in 2008, I was in Guam living a life. My boss passes away that I was close to, and then my internship teacher passes away, her husband, and then my dad passed away in 2008. So then I moved to California in the year 2010, and then I celebrate the life of my family, which is my step siblings that I grew up with, and then my sister and my mother that live in California, that stayed there, that never left. But as I was there for 2 years and 7 months, very short time, their journey of like resentments or economy or situational events of real estate or whatever in the situation, I felt carried on through my relationships into the state of Hawaii when we moved there in 2013, right? So we moved there in 2013 back to the state of Hawaii where we met, where Eric and I met, and then we got married in year 2004. So we moved back there, and then we get harassed by the U.S. military on the Army base. They were gossiping and slandering us through the U.S. Army. So then I meet this couple that I knew from a long time ago. I knew Darren Walls. Well, Darren Walls shares with us how to move to Europe right after me and Michelle, or right before me and Michelle, go to Europe together that summer in year 2015. So me and Michelle are having a good time here and there, and then a bad time here and there. I mean, it's hit or miss. And it could be the weather, it could be the traffic, it could be the restaurant, or whatever's going on. But we had a rough hatch, and then we had smooth hatches and beautiful experiences. But then we go back to Hawaii together, or to New York City, and separate. Well, Michelle was in 2015. Well, I moved to Germany and started living there in 2016 after 1 year of school counseling and working my way through a tough school. And then after the tough school, after Darren and Erica come back into Hawaii from Germany and all that, and then she's from Mexico, and there's a political discussion with that because she's Mexican. There's a lot of talk of building a wall. Well, then we moved back here to Germany. Well, I'm moving back in my spirit, right? Because I went traveling and loved it and said I needed to move here. And then I worked my way up because I said I started with elementary education at University of Guam, so I wanted to start really preparing myself for elementary education too. So I started off substitute teaching and then went on after substituting with the deaf in the art room and helping out with the deaf through the art room. She was in the hospital when I started after Lily's visit. So she was in the hospital, and after Lily's visit, she stayed in the hospital and never came back to school. And I worked the art room through a Filipino lady as the secretary. Well, I'm making this a fatherly discussion because whenever our fathers die, it's hard on us. But we take the spirit of life with us, with them, and we bring about joy and melody and love and gratitude and spirit of divinity and love that you can believe through people in his own life that were so super loving, but were cautious of the things that happened with me because of my relationship with Eric Schoenberg. So then, me and Eric moved here, and then after my job ends, because they already started digital harassment on an army base in Wahiwa. They already started digital harassment on Wahiwa. Now, the digital harassment comes over in Wiesbaden, Germany, in an elegant community and brings about a ghetto-like feeling to the base. That is supposed to be about opera and the arts and money and people enjoying their life and being artistic with their expression. Well, now it turns into a lower class environment. That's usually what happens in certain situations. Anyway, then we go back. Then the people that visited, let's go into Michelle Hamilton, 2015, worked with her at Jose's at a Mexican restaurant. 2017, 2016, Lily, right? Or no, 2017, Lily. So we do a year skip. And then after that, we have Sean. And Sean doesn't make it because her and Adriana have colon cancer, or like a feeling of colon cancer. It's not colon cancer, it's something else, but it's the same situation, and they live in Mililani together. So they go through the same health crisis together. Well, they no longer come, and they're both in education. Do you get the health situations here? They're both in an education. Leona Bates comes, and she is a nurse. Okay? Then, after working through quitting my job at Wiesbaden High School with digital harassment through the faculty and everything in the base, and I said I need to have a more healthy lifestyle than this. And then they started in on war stories, probably from Pearl Harbor, which was a good melody for me. Pearl Harbor was a good melody for me. And then, so they started in goodness through the Wiesbaden community, through the Pearl Harbor, but also created a war game with me. So with Sean in the van, there was a war game through Obama and political situations. And Sean and I split up in Genoa, which is attached to a history book from 1890. That I got from Ventura, California in the mail from eBay that anyone can buy. But I said it was taught in a fucking church. So I have to have this fucking book with me in the fucking car. Sorry to cuss. And I'm going to take this bitch with me down to Genoa. And I'm going to drop her ass off. She's going to depart from me. Because they were really messing around with some fucking healthcare. And then I end up doing all my travel journeys by myself for, now, what is this? What year are we in? 8 years later. 8 years through the United States, through Europe, through Ireland, through Israel, through Petra, Jordan, with them still harassing medical. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoy the YouTube, and I hope we can all learn our life lessons and take full responsibilities for the fuck you to me, but fuck you right back to you.